welcome here to my Beerchat live fundraiser for the Wounded Warrior Project. You know who I am, James, and this is next to me, Garrett. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Garrett. I'm Garrett. James and I are buddies. We worked together at Lowe's until he quit
To go better things.
to go do better things. Yep. We are here at VFW Post 2144, which I am the current sitting commander.
Hey, no, I'm just kidding. No, today is a special time because today, as I did it last year once before, is a special. I want to dedicate this to all the veterans. Last year we did it too, like we called Capture the Flag, was part of a big fundraising between all streamers from Twitch and YouTube, everything. There are people who want to play games, etc. They can do it. And this year, apparently last year was such a huge success that it actually went much better. And so they had like a larger variety now. Like like last year, they had only for 3 days total you can choose. Now they had 6 weeks, like from Memorial Day weekend to tomorrow. Sorry, we are late to Flag Day. Sorry. Yeah, but this is always like a great opportunities to check out other organizations, and that's why we thought, hey, might be kind of cool idea to incorporate the VFW together a little bit because, yes, it's a different organizations, but we all are here for the same purpose, helping veterans.
Right, exactly.
So that is, and that's why I love doing this with my passion because, well, we're all veterans. We all love to help veterans if we can. That's why I will be probably, hopefully, soon helping veterans in a like a spiritual way a little more. But that is not subject I want to talk today about. Um, so with Wounded Warrior projects, I want to tell you because the other day, like the quartermaster from BFW, I had a conversation with her. She mentioned Wounded Warrior had like a bad reputation back in the day, like for stealing money, etc., other things too. And I just want to clear it up. Like they made a huge cleanup. They became actually a great organization again. There's to the point now, like I'm very proud to be considered to helping them with this fundraiser. Right now, if you want to see here is the link. If you want to help helping our goal to get helping the Wounded Warrior Project, that's the link. If the link goes too fast for you, on a top right corner is a like the QR code. Now, if you scan this one in, it goes right to the page, and we hope we can have like a great turnout.
Yeah, I was gonna say, your donation can help a veteran, can help change a life. $14 can provide a safe voice on the telephone. They can call in and they can talk to somebody when they need them. $38 can provide a consultation for claim specialists to work with a warrior, obtain military benefits. $70 can provide a session with a career counselor for 2 wounded warriors, and $150 can provide a 1 hour session of mental health treatment for a warrior. And in fact, it's raining. Um, when I was stationed out in Hill Air Force Base in Utah, when I was in the Air Force, I had a friend who got into a car accident on the way to work. He was in uniform, and he was paralyzed on his right side of his body. Wounded Warrior stepped in, got him the help he needed, totally outfitted his new home with to make it ADA accessible. So that really changed his life, and that really got me interested in Wounded Warrior. Like what James said earlier, there was a little bit of a kerfuffle as far as the as how Wounded Warrior was run, but they wiped everything clean and they started from the ground up again, and they are definitely a very um, they have a great reputation, and it's something that I'm very proud of. I'm not wearing my Wounded Warrior shirt today, but I've got one. I believe in heroes, and I wear that shirt on a weekly basis at the least.
Yeah, and I can confirm here a few times even at Lowe's on the no, it's not a bad thing, like it's just like if I had any Wounded Warrior or any kind of veterans organizations to help, I would wear it with being proud of it too, because people don't realize it how much it means for a veteran. Nobody even can imagine how much that means. Like
Mhm.
it's a lot of people don't like that. That it's a just money scam or something. No, but if you're in that shoes one time, as you said, with your battle buddy, or using probably say
Battle buddy, wingman,
that's if
wingman.
you're in the army, you got battle buddies. So shut up. But um, when when you see somebody is in need and you can see the outcome of it, you have seen a different appreciation. But did you also notice, like, every day, 41 service members, regardless what branch, sign up to receive critical support and service, and that was provided by the Wounded Warrior Project. Actually, 41 members per day. It doesn't seem a whole lot, but if you imagine how many people is I on a service, how much is I need, the percentage is probably not bad at all. I would say, I would think.
No, I think with that number, it's definitely proves that it is a service that is necessary.
Yeah, and because we are not there's no government entities, so we want to um, um, so means there's really not so much a lot of government funding or public funding a lot of times, and I would actually think this is not a bad idea. It's a pretty good idea. Means it's tax exempt, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Because as we all know, you probably had it on Facebook a lot of times too. There's a lot of what do I saying?
I don't know what you're saying.
Like when you do like 22 a day
Yeah.
push-ups or something, like because sadly, because lack of help, there are 22 service members unfortunately who commit suicide every day.
Yeah.
Which is for me too much. One is even too much for me personally. But let's just take a look pretty quick. I just have something that I can show what it. Where did I had it? 1 second. Let me just get to the right page. What the Warrior Care Network does for the service members. So let me just share here. Let's just take a look right now.
Mental health is a primary focus of Wounded Warrior Project programming. The need is immense, especially with the almost 3 million folks that have deployed and are coming back, suffering from post-traumatic stress, anxiety, depression, etc.
It was a unique opportunity really to bring some of the top academic medical centers into a network of collaboration with the Wounded Warrior Project, and the results are off the chart. We take folks that are significantly injured when they show up on the first day, and we bring them to a place in life where they're highly functional.
They're able to now spend time with their families, go food shopping, for example, something that we really take for granted. But for someone who's suffering from PTSD, the fact that they can then go and do something as simple as go to the supermarket is really incredible.
We're able to compress a year of therapy into 2 weeks. And that's a year of individual therapy, a year of group therapy with a lot of add-on wraparound care.
We have built this incredible network of professionals who are absolutely dedicated to our veterans, to destigmatizing issues related to trauma and mental health.
They figure out what pathway is best for you.
We've each taken a little bit different angle in how exactly we're doing the treatment. So with that, we're collecting a lot of information about how the veterans are doing in the program and what veterans may be responding better to one part of the program or another part of the program.
Very few people come home from the wars overseas unaffected, and Bill was doing a really good job of keeping it under wraps.
The Warrior Care Network program taught us to not avoid our issues that we live with. It was to face them head on, but not without the tools to face them head on.
It's around other veterans, so it brings back that sense of belonging it was just so good for him. And he really did. He really did come back to life at that time period.
When we have warriors that are presenting with moderate to severe post-traumatic stress disorder, we're seeing impressive outcomes, getting them from the severe to the moderate level and moderate to minimal level post intensive outpatient program.
Your veteran has to be in that place where they will embrace the help that's available to him. And that is exactly what Bill's done. And that's exactly why we're doing as well as we are today. And I'm optimistic for the future. Absolutely optimistic.
All right, we are back. So that was a part of this video, like it was from last year, Wounded Warrior Capture the Flag, and I thought that was kind of cool to show it again. As I said, what they did what they started last year was actually kind of cool. What was also what they did last year. I don't know if they do it again this year, but the organizers within the Wounded Warrior Project, they sent me a handwritten thank you card of being part of it. Like
wow.
it felt really special. And it's not like computer; it's actually handwritten.
That's pretty legit.
So yeah, so I'm actually very very excited about this. But as I want to talk a lot about Wounded Warrior today because it's special for them, I also want to because we have beer chat. You know what that means? Talking beer.
Yeah.
So, what is your guys' choice of beer when you have an option to do it? Like other than what you have available right now, but what is this number one you would not mind to spend money on beer?
That's a hard question.
That's why I asked.
I was saying, being in West Michigan, we have a lot of different beers. I like a blonde, like something that I can drink. Not not in excess, but I mean
This
like
lighter.
like right now we're drinking Killian's, right?
Mhm.
And I just had like a really low burp, like a little, because it's not a thick beer or anything, but
But it's a
I
bit
mean,
darker. Here, if you show
it's a
you,
darker beer.
yeah,
Yeah, you can
yours
see
is-
mine.
he's thirsty.
I just got off work. Yeah. I like a nice, like a blonde. I like Hobgoblin. I told you that in the past. I like Hobgoblin, but no one around here will get it.
I
There,
don't think
one
I've
place
even,
on the south side got it. It's a ruby beer. It's really good.
I don't think I ever tried it before too. I tried
Hey,
so many.
Christina, I see you. I
I
see you watching.
tried a few different. I tried a few different beers before. Some of them is a Napolitan beer. It's like very dark, but tastes like a Napolitan ice cream. You know this?
Neapolitan.
Yeah, I'm German.
You
Give me
got
a
that.
break.
You got that Texas accent.
No, but it's so crazy. Like you're drinking a beer, but on your taste palates, you notice also, you taste the ice cream. The chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry.
Yeah.
It was so weird. Like it was great taste, but something I was not expecting. And it was one of those beers I really did not mind drinking room temperature. I preferred cold, but it didn't
I was gonna
because
say.
when you drink it room temperature, it was not awful.
I had last night we had a cookout over at Heather's mom and dad's mom and stepdad's house, and they had some Shorts Brewing Company, and we had there was a shandy that was pretty good.
Yep.
I had one while I ate my brat. I was like, yeah, this is great. And then I switched to Oberon.
Yeah, no, like as I
Yeah.
said, the Shorts, one of them. I do like the sour ale a lot from them too. Like I tried a
do
few
like sours.
few sour ale from them, but they have so many. And there was like a previous viewer when I was freshly starting up my channel, came in on my live stream on Friday night, and they told me about what's from Shorts Brewing Company, some kind of beer, but it so potent. It was almost almost 17% alcohol in there. That was like like really one drink, and it messes you up big time.
Yeah.
So that was like,
We should be good.
yeah. No, like I was just so that's what being touched because I'm using Wi-Fi and and I've never live streamed on Wi-Fi before. I want to make sure you guys have a great viewership, and that's
It
why
looks pretty good.
I always keep an eye out on a different screen to make sure you see it
Huh.
perfectly.
What do you remember? What that we were at Tulip City Brewstillery, and I got like the mead or whatever it was,
Mhm.
and it was like was it 17,
Yeah, what's about up
like
there?
17 or 18. Oh my gosh, it was like yeah, it was bad. Well, it wasn't. It was good.
Yeah, but
It was, but
but
it was
it
like
was
oh
really
my
potent.
gosh.
And even the New Holland Brewing Company, like we had, uh,
Yeah, yeah.
like if it was a few years ago, my old company I used to work with, we had like a spring party. We rented the entire New Holland Brewing Company location in Grand Rapids
Oh,
for the company, and so they give us a few like tickets so we can use what the company paid for.
mhm.
And so, oh yeah, I like the triple mash. I think, well, I believe it was a triple mash, if I'm not mistaken. Not
TRIPPE,
really
yeah.
not really understanding how much alcohol I'm drinking, but a couple of those, and
Yeah. Well,
like I felt pretty lit up after that.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's why I like blondes and pilsners.
Hmm.
Is because like they're easy to drink and like if I get done mowing the yard, I'm not gonna
Yep.
reach for a Killian's because it'll make me go to sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I finished mowing the yard and like honestly a pilsner would be great. There's a lot of good pilsners in West Michigan.
Yeah,
Uh,
and especially when you're getting like I don't know where you guys are calling from. Here in Michigan, our summers can get very humid, very humid in the summertime, then get warm.
Gosh, today
And
alone was 90 degrees and probably close, 80,
yeah,
85% humidity.
if because we have a big storm coming in right now as we speak.
Yeah, it's
Um,
raining right now. Yeah.
But it was like today is really not the day like taking heavy beers like the stouts, porters.
Well,
heavens no.
I went to order a Bud Light, and I know that that's not something that I normally do. And you were like, "What?" Like, yeah, I want a Bud Light, but
Bud Light is not beer. Bud Light is
I know. Well, I
is
wanted water. I just got off work and I needed to hydrate again, so I was gonna get Bud Light, but instead he pressured me into getting Killian's, and now honestly, I'm feeling a little sleepy.
and I'm the one who already had more drinks than he has.
Once you finish that one, I'm gonna go get us some more, and
Alright.
I'm gonna make you drink like all day IPA or something.
All the IPA is quite it's not that heavy at all.
There's something in there. I can't remember what we got in there.
Yeast.
Well, not in the individual beer. All day IPA has more hops than anything.
Yeah, it's
You got
that's a
the-
beer.
It's like 50 IBUs. Ugh.
Speaking of IBUs, as all my followers on all my social medias. Oh, by the way, social media. If you have not yet, subscribe to my channel, please.
Click that like button. No, what is it? How do they always say
I
it?
don't even know.
Mash that subscribe button. Click the like. Ring the bell. That way you know whenever James and I
Yeah,
are online.
and we are.
Commander. Phone call for the commander. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I'll be right back.
All right. He will be back in a second. And, but today I'm not very often, but today I am actually on 3 different channels today. I am on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitch. That is, I wanted to bring this name out a little bit, and just to see, I want to create a community where I want to have people talk about beer a lot of times. So that is definitely something I've been doing in works for years. Like I'm not a huge following, but I wouldn't mind to getting more and more of it. Hold on, let me turn off his mic so it doesn't interfere with anything else. Wow, we are so far behind. Like I'm just looking right now at the other stream and it's like, Jesus. Yeah, hashtag stream to surf is our channel. We is our hashtag for today. Everybody around the country who is part of the Capture the Flag will have it too, or potentially have it too. A lot of them are just gamers, like I said. But if you know my channel, you know I am not a gamer. Never been a gamer. I like to game every once in a while, but that is not my main thing because I don't know why I'm not a gamer. I'm getting probably bored easy. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. But either way, like it is definitely a great thing. Um, Let me just, I just have some cheat sheets, so sorry about that. So as Garrett said earlier, don't forget this $14 can provide a safe voice on the telephone for a warrior in need. That means if you have problems mentally, physically, doesn't matter, it's all confidential. That can provide this help they need if it's just a phone call. $38 can provide a consultation with a claims specialist to help a warrior obtain military benefits. As a lot of you know, veterans at least, if you're trying getting your disability percentage up, or if you want to check something, that is some rigorous testing and appointments you have to go to, and it can really have bring a toll on you. $70 can provide a session with a career counselor for two warriors together. For two warriors, it can help that without, and that is, I believe, potentially even in person or something. I don't know if that's how the case is about that, but it is definitely very helpful, especially when you're just getting discharged out of the military. If you're getting discharged of the military, and you're having hard time adjusting to the civilian side, finding career, because a lot of times military occupations do not reflect in a civilian side very much. So I was a heavy equipment operator driving dump trucks, Hayeks, etc. It gives me some experience, but not a whole lot what the civilian side will need. So having a career counselor can definitely provide you help big time. Also, if you $150 can provide a 1 hour session of a mental health treatment for one warrior. As I said, it can be difficult, especially if you're veterans. I am like, as veterans, sometimes I feel like we are too proud to ask for help, but some of us need help big time, and it makes it very very difficult, if you ask me personally. So yeah, that is where we what these numbers can bring. So if you go up here, it is the QR code. If you will scan it in, it gives you right to the Titify website for the Wounded Warrior project. It can help tremendously. It helps tremendously for people in need. And Gary mentions obviously his wingman. He talked about. It is just speechless sometimes what even $1 can do. So like if you don't have nothing to scan QR code, I will stream in right now the ticker pretty quick for the website. donate.tiltify.com/fireman Mars 102 /Beerchat captures the flag. So if you don't mind to help, it would help tremendously. As I said, a lot of warriors, we all need support each other's, and if it's just by going for a couple hours now on the stream, I turned you off. I don't know if there was going to be feedback because it was right in the chicken in there.
Well, thank you for turning me back on again.
So let's make sure you are actually live.
Looks like it.
Say something.
Something.
There you go. I can see it. So again, donate.tiltify.com/fireman Mars 112 /Beerchat captures the flag will bring you to my campaign donation site. As I said, and to be fair, like what I just saw today on this website, you can pay as any way you want, from credit card to my PayPal to Amazon Pay.
Oh,
like Amazon. You can do it through Amazon now too, and you don't necessarily need to provide credit card information. Just look in your account with each other. I think is how it works. But yeah, it was kind of cool when I saw that one. So I will undo this part again.
Hashtag student reserve. I did that.
Yeah, I know. You were asking earlier about it.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
it's
Yeah,
right
I was like,
there.
I did that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was right underneath what I was looking at. Well, I did the at WWP, and it didn't connect to anything.
Huh. And
But
did it do a capital or lower?
well, I did all lower, but
Maybe that was it. Maybe
but
it looks like all capital.
no. Hashtags are like email addresses.
Should always matter, right?
Oh, is it? Yeah.
So 77% warriors indicated some degree of high intensity to severely limiting pain. This is all stands from 2021. While we were talking about Andy, and now that you're back here, I spoke to with the claim specialist. Talk about it. Like when people are trying to get the disabilities enact, what of a pain in the behind that can be, like or the multiple appointments you have to go to, all different testings. Like it just tremendously. That's why this just $38 doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot, especially when you have to deal with multiple appointments, etc.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, luckily for us, or for me, I went through a VSO, which is probably what this is. For my claim for my VA stuff, and luckily I got through it fairly quickly because of the person I went. But man, if you were on your own, good luck. There's a lot of paperwork that needs to be done. There's a lot of appointments that need to be made. And if you don't currently have, a claim in, or you don't currently have a rating, you're paying that mileage out of pocket. You're doing all that stuff.
Because
taking days off work.
Yeah, because you're screwed if the next VA close to you is
a
distance away.
Yeah, and I'm lucky. Mine's in Wyoming. Mine's only 30 minutes away.
There was years ago that the closest were Detroit, if I'm not mistaken, Detroit area.
Mm-hmm.
But also like now that you're back, makes it easier just to talk about it. When I was talking about the $70 that provide career counselor when you freshly get out of military, like you can have years of experience with the military with your job, but it doesn't always reflect experience in the civilian side. Sometimes some people have to rethink the entire career. Like what did you do? You were in ammo or something, right? And then they don't have a lot of things on the civilian side, so you will probably had to restructure when you got out, right?
Oh, as far as career counseling.
Career, yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Luckily, in the Air Force, we have this program called TAPS, which like teaches you how to be a civilian and teaches things that you learned and how to word things differently. If it wasn't for that, or honestly, how am I supposed to put down, conventional maintenance munitions inspector and all those different things and blah blah blah, blah like that. That doesn't.
No, I can
help.
And the thing, like I was as I said to the stream earlier, my training was heavy equipment operating, driving dump trucks, Hayeks, excavators, stuff like this. But on the other hand, there's a lot more to it in the civilian side. Like it didn't give me a lot of years experience. Like I have a few years, but on the other hand, but they don't see it as that much. Plus, a lot of times, in the military you don't need a CDL license. In the military, you got trained in the vehicle and you're done. You can go. But in civilian side, like a lot of things, I didn't have my CDL, so it means I was screwed in a lot of different ways if I want to be in that position.
Yeah. Well, so when we went, we both operated power equipment and heavy machinery when we were in the military, and suddenly we go to work at Lowe's and we have to get certified how to use a forklift to pick up lumber.
That's like we had like our experience in a few ways. You probably more with high-low than I had because I was more like heavier equipment than high-low.
I was a lot of forklifts.
But to be fair, with my previous jobs, I had the civilian side. Before in the military, like I was high-low operator there too, in the warehouse. So it wasn't too hard to getting the skills back. And I'm sure they're probably having hard time now. Having one less poor equipment operator now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, someone waited the other day for like half an hour to get some Trex decking down because they were the only person in the entire store that was available to do it was Declan.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
who's also a veteran. He's a Marine veteran.
Speaking of Marine Corps, um, oh
Crayons? No.
yeah, that too. But phone call. But one thing I will want to bring a big shout out is to a fellow coworker of ours, of his more than for me now, but he actually on May 31st he actually went to boot camp for the Marine Corps.
Yeah,
Like
Jesus.
and
Absolutely.
he was working he was like me. We had like a rough time at the beginning with the ASVAB, getting the ASVAB score into a passing level.
Yeah.
And he was to a point where he already gave up. I don't know how many times he tried, but he gave up already. Then I had to sit down with him and said, dude, I had a few times failing too. I went to college then, where you are in right now. I bet with you you would do much better.
Mhm.
And I said, are you sure? He said, yeah. I'm 100% sure because I've been through this one. And when I did the passing time, it went so fast. Like I was so surprised I was done with the test already. And it's like I feel I was freaking out because it was too fast for me. And so, but okay, I passed then, But and then when I heard that he passed and he was getting shipped out within a week, I was like, what?
Yeah, that was quick. There was like no
Yeah,
turnaround at all. Like, hey, I passed. The Marines want me now.
exactly. So that's why, and to all of fellow veterans who are actually about to head to boot camp, basic training, or how you guys call it, boot camp?
Boot camp?
Boot camp?
Or no, BMT, basic military
Yeah.
training. At least
Okay.
that's what it was when I was down there.
I don't think it would change so much. And
Things change.
yeah, Space Force.
Yeah.
I saw actually there was a YouTuber. He's like a old, like I think Vietnam era veteran, Marine Corps, and I think I don't know if he was like an NCO or something when he was in or something, but he react to different videos too, a lot of military videos a lot of
Mhm.
times, and he actually was watching a Space Force video for the basic training.
Okay.
And I don't know if it was fake or something because people say, "Oh, you do the same thing like the Air Force does." It's like, but it was different. That video was so different because nobody was yelling, nobody was um, pushing you to bring better time. Like take your time, like going through obstacle course, like it took like almost an entire
that
day.
can't be real. Because I,
I, ca-
well, I mean, like,
I mean, to be fair, like I can see that one because in Space Force, you are most likely dealing on a computer if you don't go out of space.
right, yeah.
Yeah, so
Well,
I can see that one.
so obviously, I think it was like airforce.com or af.com. I was gonna join, and of course, the videos I showed my parents, I'm like, it's not that bad, like, you could see like the MTI is obviously yelling, but there's no voice because they're playing inspirational music over it or whatever. To make it look a bit more fun, like a day camp or whatever. But I mean, we still got yelled at.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We had Warrior Week. Now they have what they call Beast Week.
I suppose for a week going out in the field or something.
Yeah, so for a week we pretend like we're army, and then for the rest of the time we know we're better than you, and we sit around in the air conditioning on roller chairs.
Jeez. Like when I was in um when I was in for 5 days in the woods doing camping.
Mhm.
It was the worst of the worst. Like there was no showers, so you had to do like the baby wipes, going over.
Field shower, yeah.
And then but because sometimes it was so tight in the tents because it was like 2-man tent and both men has a lot of luggage with them because I was what you need in the field, so no space whatsoever. So you're like for me, I'm a big guy and I was a big guy in basic training too.
Mhm.
The only thing I could go in one way in and one way out. It was not allowed moving around in there. So do you think I switched my uniforms? I did. It was too much work.
And Warrior Week we had. So I was down in Texas in February and March, end of February,
Oh, it was
March and April. Oh, it was great. Like we didn't have any Black Flag days or whatever, and it was fairly comfortable. When we were at Warrior Week, I'm pretty sure we had like a big old Alaskan tent or whatever, same thing that I was deployed in. And I just one of the things I always remembered is that when I was on night watch or fire duty or whatever they want to call it. I was sitting outside the door, sitting down. I got my, my rubber duck, my fake rifle next to me, and I'm wearing out, a Vietnam era flak jacket, and there in that area there was a flower, night blooming jasmine. And night blooming jasmine is at my grandmother's house in California, and so like I'm sitting out there, supposed to be
Oh.
freaked out. And I'm like, grandma's house, and it was like, yeah, it was strangely calming.
You know, this was really, the weird thing for me was every day at the chow hall for me, because I always had like it sounds weird, no, but I was down in Missouri, for Dennerwood, and I know it's empty. I will go in a second.
All right, I got a Killian, so you're free to get another Killian's if you want, but then we have to switch it up.
Yeah. No, but what I was saying was, in the chow hall, I always had the portion things of Kellogg's, cornflake.
Kellogg's cornflake. You ate them in the shower?
No, in chow hall.
Chow hall. You said
Yeah.
chow hall. I thought you
Chow
said shower.
No,
I
not
think-
so. That could be weird.
I was like, where
but
do you get that, bud?
when you read down there, it was always like made in Battle Creek.
Oh, from home.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
So almost every day in the chow hall, regardless of which one I was, when I see this one, I felt like part of home. And it was funny, like there was in our advanced training, therefore become like a heavy equipment operator. There was actually, I don't know what it was, what company it was. I don't want to say because I'm not getting endorsed or something, but they were making bleachers, metal bleachers, and and was made in Holland, Michigan.
No way.
I got the like 616 phone number on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's like, holy shit.
Well, so I got something similar to that. I got two things that are similar to that because I'm better than you. No, I'm just kidding.
Jeez. Okay, that's why he's the commander, not me.
So in basic training, like the MTIs, where this is what you can get in the mail, this is what you can't get in the mail, and like you can't get magazines and whatnot. My dad,
magazines.
yeah, my dad worked on an Air Force base. He was a government employee. I worked at Wright-Patterson, and so he would send me the Wright-Patterson Skyrider, which was the base newspaper.
Okay.
But it was produced by a military installation, so it wasn't an outside publication. So my TI let me keep it. Like he'd always let me read them. So
official military.
yeah, because it's written by an Air Force,
Yeah.
it was whatever. So I got to read those. There was one kid, he got some sort of motorcycle magazine, and TI calls him up and starts yelling at him, and he goes, "I'll let you read it, but afterwards you have to give it to me because I'm really wanting to get a bike, but my wife says I can't." And so he was going to read it, but in the chow hall, for us it was in the same building. Each squadron had a squadron building, and in the basement was the chow hall. So each one had their own cafeteria kind of thing. Well, in a lot of Air Force chow halls, and maybe in the Army, a lot of the food equipment is made by a company called Hobart. Hobart mixers, Hobart freezers. Their headquarters was Troy, Ohio, and that's where I was from.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so like every time I look at that Hobart thing, like I used to, when I was a kid. I mean, I drove past that building almost every day.
Yeah. So
It was just like a little touch of home, and like suddenly your world would kind of be like, oh yeah, I'm not
yeah.
all by myself. I'm not whatever.
And for all the non-military people, like sometimes the small things, especially in basic training, when you don't, especially when you're getting like when you're 18, 19, you're getting sent away from your parents. That's the first time coming out of the house, so it's overwhelming a lot of times. But sometimes for these just the small things like this, sometimes makes a huge difference with
Yeah.
your mentality and during basic training, just not to freak out. No.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why, like, yeah, I also said like basic training. It was a great time. I really had my minus a few days, but overall had a good time there.
Yeah, I definitely remember tougher times in the military, thinking like, man,
Oh, jeez.
I wish I was being yelled at and told to, eat, shower, sleep, and polish my boots right now, so I didn't actually have to make any decisions on my own.
And
Yeah.
how old were you when you enlisted?
I was 20.
20?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was almost 28.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah.
So I already switched like country beforehand. Like
Yeah.
for me, it was still rough, but it was easier because again I was on myself in a different country. So let me see what we have. Okay, I'll let you have a little talk right now. Let me grab a new beer.
All right, beer time. Are you gonna
I'll
grab?
be back.
Are you gonna grab another Killian's and then we'll go together and grab something different, or it's already 7:34. I don't know if you're
Uh,
gonna be awake for another
yeah, I will go to the founders. No, myself.
Founders All Day IPA.
You wanted me to.
Yeah, but I was gonna drink the same thing you did.
Okay,
But
okay, then I can do another killings first.
well, did you want me to finish my beer and then we can go together and we'll
All
just
right.
leave this my magnificent backdrop.
All right, no,
We'll just leave the backdrop. We'll keep our mics on and we'll just walk in there and start talking.
bring a camera with us. It's like, hey, you
Hey,
guys.
we're going live. Well, we are live, but I mean,
I mean, but in a different area. You
yeah,
know,
exactly.
to other
Hey,
people.
everybody, come check out the canteen at VFW Post 2144 Holland, Michigan.
But I've been told from
Henry
people,
Walters Post.
from people who've been here for the first time, it's one of the nicest posts in the region.
I certainly like to think so.
No, like that, and it's not me saying it. I hear from other people who've been here for the first time, who've been to other posts before. Some of them do not have credit card machines. Some of them don't have two bars in there. Some of them have this space.
It took me a long time to well, it didn't take me a long time, but it took me some serious persuading to get the point of sale in here, point of sale system, so that way we could start taking credit cards. They're like, no one carries credit cards. Like, man,
You will make a lot more revenue with cards.
the first month of having credit card machines, we did over $1,000 just on credit cards.
Jeez,
Like, it paid for itself already, guys.
pretty much. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
No one wants to use the ATM in the corner, and no
Oh,
one, I don't
there's an
carry
ATM in the
cash.
corner?
Yeah, there's an ATM. Yeah,
I tell you, I had to look for
there's
it.
an ATM over there. There's one thing. If you're straight up, if you're ever somewhere and you need money, and you've got your ATM card, but no one takes credit, if there's a VFW in that town, there's an ATM in that building. I can almost guarantee you, even in the UP. But anyway,
I've never been to a VFW in the UP before. I don't think I've been to the American Legion either up there.
I have not. I haven't been to VFW in the UP either. Actually, I've even been to Saint. Was it Saint Ignatius? Saint Ignace.
That is UP.
Well, I know that's in the UP, but I didn't go to the post there because I didn't realize I wasn't a member of the VFW at that time.
So, and now, like even now that even I'm not a VFW member,
So
I'm an auxiliary member. But yeah, there's now so many options now. Especially when I'm planning to travel around the country in the next few years, that I always want to connect to the local VFW, and trying to work with them because as I'm entering in the religious field a bit more, I want to become. I like to become a spiritual person, spiritual counselor for veterans, and also being part of the VFW worldwide, for the matter of fact. You know, if I have the opportunity to talk to them, being part of it,
yeah.
with no
I
cost.
think it's going to put you in a really unique situation where you can do things like that. Yeah, that's going to be really cool.
As I said, there are way too many people who seek help, who are either afraid to ask for help, or who are too proud of it. Like, but the thing with me is because
you're a veteran.
exactly, and that's what I mean. Because we're veteran, then we have to remember, like, I think like I can have a connection already right away. Like I know what they're talking about. It's not like with the civilian side, you don't know what the f they're talking about. Like they can use military jargon, and I know exactly what the deal is or something. You don't have to translate.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I definitely. I know, like going to the to the VA, talking to a doctor or whatever. My chiropractor at the VA, he's a Navy vet. I think he's a Navy vet. I don't remember. But I mean, he's a vet, and I can just be out in the open. I can just talk to him, just man to man, and even in my primary care provider, Dr. Ullman. She's amazing. It's like the one time that I've ever felt completely comfortable talking to a doctor and like that. How are you feeling and whatever. I can be completely honest. If I am feeling down, if I am doing whatever, because usually anytime you're talking to some not dissing on civilians or anything like that, but I mean there's somebody who hasn't experienced the same things that we have, and it's kind of like, how are you feeling? I always kind of feel like am I just complaining? Am I really feeling this way? Yeah, am I whining?
Yeah.
But I feel like when I talk to another veteran, I can say those things and they can look right back at me and say, yeah, I've experienced that as well. Like I've had my highs and lows.
Yeah. Did I ever told you? The partner for my primary care physician, it was Olive. His partner is actually from a PJ.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
See, I would feel intimidated. How are you feeling today? Perfectly fine.
No,
perfectly fine.
I have not known about this partner yet, but but he talked a lot about him before too, and even he is not military, but if somebody in the office was there, it's like I feel like he knows somewhat what I'm talking about a lot of
Oh
times,
yeah.
even if he has no relations whatsoever with the military in that aspect.
Huh.
That's just amazing. All right, let's just talk about beer a bit more because I like to go. If you always followed me a lot of my videos or my live streams, you notice like I always get some of the information from Beer Advocate. It's like a website. It's Beer Advocate is you can like reviews, not professional reviews, but from other beer aficionados.
Yeah.
If it makes sense, that have tendency to make a review down there, and it's very helpful a lot of times to understand. Okay, when I'm learning a new beer, this is a website I usually follow too, and they actually had a demo going on. I don't have the link right now with me, unfortunately. I wrote down, but that's not helping me right now because as long as a link, if you look here, it is
Go
actually
ahead and read that.
yeah. No, it is actually a link where it shows you that somebody is making for Steam it's a demo of a game with a brewmaster
Ooh, that's cool.
learning how to brew beer as a game, like a tycoon kind of style. Like I looked at this video later on there, and it was like it's like how I learned to make my own beer 11, 12 years ago. Having a big ass 5-gallon kettle, cooking it, and
Yeah.
then put it on there, and you start right there in the kitchen, put it on the thing. I had it in the garage, on like a turkey fryer. I
And
use turkey
where
fryer
did you have it?
in the garage.
The what? The garage.
Garage.
The garage.
Garage is a garage or something.
I'm just joking.
Of course you are.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
James, do we have any videos to watch?
Yeah, I'm looking for one.
Roger. Ooh, let's not watch the whole thing.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to watch that long movie because I don't know what says. Oh no, it was different. It was something different. It was not even.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my bad. 1 second, let me.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, I was just that last thing we watched that thing that they wanted to pass. VFW was big time behind that.
Which one?
The PACT Act. There's a VFW hat right there.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you.
But
Yeah, one of our Department of Michigan comrades. He was huge in that. He was just up on Capitol Hill the other day. Him and hanging out with Jon Stewart.
The Daily Show person.
What?
The Daily Show person.
Yeah.
Jon
Jon Stewart's really
Oh.
big on PAC Act and the toxic burn pits.
Oh yeah, he's like
yeah, he's insane.
If you like, I saw I don't know for what it was, but I saw him one time having a talk in front of House or Senate or something, and he was so emotional. Like it's almost hard
he
to
did
hard
the
to
9/11 ground zero act as well.
I think that was what he was talking about
Yeah.
right now. But it was like seeing a comedian being like getting very emotional. And it means it's a lot more important to him
Yeah.
than even his own career, if it
Yeah,
makes sense.
he's a good dude, a very good dude. And I mean, as far as PAC Act goes, I was down in of a burn pit. I'm on the burn pit registry, so I mean that definitely means something personally to me as well.
Yeah. Let me just I just have here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I just have something to write down here pretty quick. Oh boy. Is it L? There's an L. Pinky. MSG. Nope, they took that one down. Dang it. Oh crap. Okay, all the videos like either was like a long videos to play or not, but or they took it down already. So I cannot show this one.
That's what we get for waiting until the second to last day. But that's my fault. I was the
Yeah.
one who kept saying, "Hey, don't worry, we'll find a date to do this," and then I messed up, and now here we are in my
I mean,
office.
to be fair, that was actually this was from last year. From
okay.
so nothing from this year.
Well, then I don't feel so bad anymore.
But let's oh, 1 second. Let me Uh, there's a few beer tubers. Hey, that's a cool word to the beer tubers.
Beer tube. Yeah.
There you go.
Beer tubers.
Hashtag beer tube. TM. No, like he's a guy with massive beers. Like he is sort of part of my videos already personally. Like I kind of look up to him a little bit. To be quite honest, some kind of beer crush or whatever you call it. But
beer tubing and beer crushes. Man, James.
but his knowledge of beer sometimes is crazy how much he knows about beer. And I thought let's do some reaction per se with this one. Um, let's do Daredevil Brewing Company. I don't need to add for this one. No, skip trial. Sorry guys, I just trying 5 things. Ah, crap. Did I just swear on live on screen? Shame on me. Did I just burp in cam? In
I believe you did. I've been keeping it in. I've been trying to be as polite as possible.
Dang. You army people.
Goodness gracious.
All right, check this out. No, you don't have no sound. Only I did this one.
All right. Are we still on? Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we get back, we'll have some beverages we can talk about. But until then, enjoy. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Welcome
Bean footage?
to Massive Beers.
Yeah,
My name's
say
Matt.
that Bush's Baked Bean
We're
commercial.
going to do a
Yeah,
beer
remember
review
that?
for you today.
It's been a while.
This beer
It has been
is called
a while.
Next.
It's been a while.
Next experiment number 10 from Daredevil Brewing. This be a experimental IPA, India Pale Ale. That's what that stands for, by the way. New and experimental, aka Next, is our always changing series of small batch American IPAs that showcase our love of aggressively hopped beers. Experiment 10, as you can see there, if you want to read it for yourself, but I'll read it for you. For those visually impaired. It says Experiment 10, Yeast Cosmic Punch. Featured hops, Idaho 7 Citra, mash hops, Cascade. I like that. Fermentables, American two-row barley, flaked barley, white wheat. Yeah, Daredevil Brewing Speedway, Indianapolis. Close to Indianapolis, right? Not super far away from there, I would assume. We're going to drink it. Yeah, this comes courtesy of Daredevil. We're going to drink it. We are going to talk about it, and then I'm going to play some video games. What video games, you may ask? I am replaying Metal Gear. Is my annual Metal Gear playthrough, and now I'm on Metal Gear Solid 2, the PC version. Why the PC version? Because I can play it in widescreen, like ultra widescreen, actually. So I'm kind of pumped about that first time doing that around. Anyway, likewise, Daredevil does this banding thing about him, like that always stays the same, and just lettering, nothing too crazy. I'm not a huge fan of the labeling, but this particular one, their IPA one, something about the combination of red and white and the banding, I do like. So take that for what it's worth. Beer wise, yeah, that looks like a big old hazy. Yeah, nice, rich, hazy body.
All right, did he do the nose yet?
New England IPA.
No.
White as white could be head.
Can you actually hear?
Give it a whirl. Give it a nose. Yeah. Yes. I say yes.
Yep.
Man, that smells good.
That was a nose.
Good. Man, it smells good. Okay. Yeah, just like this stone fruit, tropical fruit, pineapple is the citrus here. Melange of richness with this really cool kind of slightly keefy, weedy kind of background on it. Yeah, that smells really, really good. Very much a fruit juicy New England style IPA, but when you add that combination of that high quality but not over the top kind of weediness to it, it really does have this kind of like, okay, it's going to give me the juice. It's going to wheeze the juice, if you will. I was going to say R.I.P. Pauly Shore, but he's not dead. And but I think it's going to give me this cool green and this cool bittering. I mean, it's Cascade in there. It's got to be, right? That nose is really good. Like really, 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 really good. Yeah, it smells awesome. It smells like a delicious big old hazy. Did I say ABV on this thing? No ABV again. My nose. The nose knows. Let's guess. Actually, I said I'd look up the other Daredevil. I'll post these all on the same day. Just their Pilsner didn't have an ABV on it. What's with that? What's your deal? Daredevil, no ABVs. I said I was going to look it up. I didn't, so we're going to look them both up in this video if I remember. I think we're at 7.2 here. 6.8, 6.7 to 7.2 is my guess. Someone say it. And for those playing along at home, we are exactly 1 month old on this. I'm drinking it. Cheers, y'all. That's way more bitter than I thought it was going to be. Even with me thinking it's going to be bittering. It's actually less sweet than I wanted it to be. That's nice, though. It's cool to have these beers lean into the bittering as opposed to the sweet. It's kind of what you'd expect from New England style IPA, except drop that sweetness down, bring up that bittering. There's a little bit of carbonic acid thing going on, so I think that elevates the bittering in there. I don't think it's needed because how undersweet it is. And it brings you a lot of like under-ripened fruit flavors because of the lack of sweetness. Nose is way better than the actual taste. It's still not a negative beer, but it just lacks the sweetness to bring all those fruit flavors to a head. So it has that kind of big stone fruit, a little bit of tropical fruit, definitely that pineapple thing here, but it's all very much comes off very much under-ripened because of how undersweet the beer is. The bittering here, it does have that soft weediness, but we're going back to like more of a Beester weed as opposed to like a nice kindy kiwi kind of weed. And there is a big kind of piney bittering to it too. So it's not weed on weed here. It's more like piney resin, piney needly as opposed to resin and that kind of weediness in there. It's got a super bomb mouthfeel, super soft and silky. I'd probably walk back with the lack of sweetness here in the mouthfeel. I'm going to walk this back from the 7s to the mid 6s, probably 6.3, 6.5 on this is kind of where my brain is leading me. I want to go less because how undersweet it is, but I think I think they hit their number completely and fully attenuated the beer, so there was just really not much as far as sweetness left. I like it. I like it for what it is because of not for what my nose told me it was going to be, but for what it ended up being, which is its own beer. It's a bitter forward New England style IPA. You don't see those a lot nowadays. Undersweet and bitter forward. And it's a nice change of pace. I'm not going to sit here and go, Gaga, is this one of the better New England IPAs that I've had as of late? I'm going to put it in a conversation. It's not Mount Rushmore status. It's not towards the top, but I like the change of pace. The nose is bonkers good. The taste is nice, but I think it leans too heavily in an undersweetened bittering way. I was going to say to appeal to the Hazebros and Hop Thoughts of the world, but I'm talking about me, and even for me, I think it leans a little bit too bittering. I do. Maybe it's just this can. Full disclosure, I had one before, maybe a week or so ago, and I don't remember it being this bittering, so maybe it's just this can. I don't know, but I can only talk about what I'm drinking right now here in the what's this, real time? Is that the word we use here? And well, tasty and fun. I just wanted to be a little bit sweeter, just a little bit. And I don't like my IPAs to skew sweet, so that's going to tell you how it leans relatively heavily into undersweetness. Yeah. We got to look up some ABVs now. I got to do this before I forget. So let's do the Daredevil. This is for those that watched the Pilsner video. Let's see. Daredevil pills. Daredevil pill. Oh, they're actually showing me Daredevil pills. Like Daredevil, like pills that you Drewing? It's called brewing, not drewing. Okay. I know this is the most exciting part of my videos when I look up stuff. And we're going to go to Beer Advocate first because that's the best. 5% they called the pill, man. I'd be extremely surprised if that was actually 5%. But hey, I don't see anywhere on their website where you can look up this stuff real fast. So I'm going to say it's 5%. Now we're going to do this next 10. What did I say? 6.5? Now I'm going to be way off on this one too. My baby palate. Next 10, 6.2. So a little closer on that one. So there you go. So yeah. a fun beer, especially if you dig on the bittering. You like New England beers, you think they skew a little bit sweet, and you want something a little bit more bittering. This is going to be your jam. Like I said, it's tasty beer. It's not going to be on Mount Rushmore, and let's talk about it. Have you had this? Would you pay for it? What did you think of this particular batch? Have you had Daredevil in general? Those are the things we want to talk about down there. So if you could start a conversation, I will reply. I will.
I'm back right now because he's just finishing up this video. So how was it, beer? I admit I wasn't really watching a whole lot of it because we went for a second to grab more beers, but he's a great person too, you know. So um, please do ev- everybody a favor, you know. Like I'm putting his channel up in a second after the ad comes through, and you can I'm going to and please subscribe to him too. Like he knows his stuff of beer. Like he was like the first beer vloggers or beer tubers I actually saw when I started it, and like the way because he doesn't talk, he knows his stuff. But if you talk, if you listen to it, you know he knows his stuff. You know, it's like he's a very knowledgeable person. You know, like I learned a lot of things from him over the time. So let me just create a. Oh, 1 second, I can do this one. Oh no. 1 second, I can have his. So
Oh,
let me
you're linking it?
linking his channel. Yeah.
Roger.
So here, that is youtube.com/massive beer. So you got C in between there. Where's the C?
Massive beers.
Lab. And apparently he's also to top it off, like a podcaster about beers. And as I said, he knows his stuff about beers. Like, and he got like 9,000 subscribers.
That's pretty cool.
It's a lot, but on the other nowadays in YouTube, it's not a whole lot, you know. But because of in the beer sections is only a small niche,
Yeah, that's
especially
true.
in the United States.
Like, look at his backdrop though. Like, look at all those beers and liquor bottles.
That is his old like studio, because I was making fun one time years ago when he actually responded to one of my videos. I reacted to him and I was joking about him and saying, "Hey, you got so much dust in there. You know, haven't been clean for a while. Blah blah blah." Kind of being funny, you know, entertaining what you do on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And you responded, "Yeah, that is on purpose because he gives more like the vintage style because some of the beers are quite old."
Yeah,
It's like,
that's pretty cool. I would love to go to some place that had not older beers, but like I don't know, like you go to like a wine cellar and you find like 5-year-old beers, 10-year-old beers, or whatever. I mean, if the beers are still good, if they can be like cask aged or whatever.
Yeah, I actually showcased it one time, and he responded to that one. Samuel Adams. Every once in a few years, they're making a beer. I don't know the name of that off my head right now.
Is it the really high octane one?
Yeah, a bottle costs over $200 new. But and it's like, I'm not that crazy to spend so much money, you know, because if it's just one bottle, you know, but something. What I did not know, and Massive Beers or Beer Massive, Matt is his name. What he told me was like, yeah, it is high, it is expensive, but number one is if you can find the dealers, you can find it cheaper, the wholesale or something, you know.
Okay.
Secondly, is that is one of the only beers that is not brewed; it is distilled. Means you can open up, have a glass, close it, put it on a shelf, and wait for another year or something, and you can age it with it.
Oh wow.
And say, that actually makes a lot different, you know. Then okay, then I can see myself. Oh, maybe one day we can spend so much money, you know, because you don't chuck it down.
I would never,
especially for this high amount of, because what Sammy was saying, it got the equal amount of alcohol content as an entire 24-pack of gas station beer, aka Bud Light or something.
Gas station beer.
That's what that's it. So earlier I was talking about this beer brewmaster game right now, and I found the.
Oh yeah.
I found the that like video of it, you know. So let me show because I
want to watch
that.
that. I think that sounds like a really cool game.
Oh,
We lost one. Oh, I wonder if
Probably battery went dead. Probably.
battery must have gone dead. So now we just got you, my friend.
Hold on. Let me see.
Or did it just lock?
Oh yeah.
Well, I
She's-
mean, we've been
she's dead.
streaming for an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah. So we'll bring them.
I'll bring this
I mean,
guy
to be
down.
fair, it's not that bad to be up there actually.
Hey, folks, do you want to stay up there, or do you want to join us down here? Which one is it?
Oh, I think up there actually looks quite
Do you want
nice.
to stay up here?
Because
You can stay up here. How about I do it like? Oh, oops, sorry. Whoop, whoop. Well, if
And-
anyone's out there drinking with us, they're probably throwing up at this point in time. I apologize. Exactly. Okay, perfect. That's literally how the room is right now. It's a shame that we're an hour and 11 minutes. No one's gonna find that. We didn't even rehearse it. Okay, I'm gonna fix you, like the Coldplay song. I fix you. It's a great song, actually. I heard that on the radio the other day. Have you ever seen the movie Yesterday? The one like the guy gets in an accident, and like no one knows about the Beatles. Like the Beatles never happened, and so he takes credit for the Beatles songs. Like he starts writing Beatles songs.
Whoa.
It's a great movie, and I'm not going to spoil it because you need to watch it.
I
But
never heard that. No,
it's really good, and he does a fantastic job.
with whom is it?
What's up?
With whom? Who is the lead?
I don't remember his name, but the dude can sing. Like it's a very good movie. Why did I reference that?
I don't know.
All right,
Okay. But when you talk about
It's a
movies,
great
right now,
movie. You should watch it.
if you have to watch it, watch Top Gun. I watched it yesterday.
That's what you said.
And it is amazing, and top actors in there. And they're like, okay, except Tom Cruise, but there was a guy he didn't have like a main role, but his name is Louis Pullman. You know, he's the son of Bill Pullman. You know, Independence
Twister.
Day.
Oh, Independence Day.
Yeah, Independence Day.
yeah.
You know, like he played the president
Yeah.
in the first Independence movie. You know, he's a great
Yeah.
actor. You know, and then that's it. And then when you see him at the movie, it's like he looked familiar, but I couldn't picture him. And sure, people have some different names. I wouldn't even think about it. You know, but yeah, apparently that is his son. So
Let's look that guy up. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I know one of my best buds from when I was in the Air Force and still to this day, Chad. I think he's Tech Sergeant Chad. Not Tech Sergeant Chad, Tech Sergeant Grider at this point in time, which is crazy. He was a huge Tom Cruise fan. I almost said Tom Green. He's a huge Tom Cruise fan. In fact, him and my girlfriend at the time would watch Tom Cruise movies like Days of Thunder and Top Gun and things like that. And then afterwards, when he would go to bed, his wife Allie and I would watch things like Across the Universe and Mamma Mia, like musicals, and we would like drink our vodka cranberries and watch musicals while he would drink Bud Light with my girlfriend and watch Tom Cruise movies.
alcohol and chick flick movies.
Not chick flicks, musicals.
Hey,
I'm a show tunes
musician.
kind of guy. No matter, it doesn't matter. Like, yep,
Hey.
I'm a veteran, but I love me some show tunes.
I'm a musician, and to be fair, I wept by Sound of Music.
And I don't Sound of Music. I hate it. I hate
Well, it's actually true story.
singing nuns, dude. No,
But this is true story.
I don't
It's
care.
out of free.
I don't care. I don't like it. The Hills Are Alive. Nope, not.
try this strange